Okay, so when our hand reaches our shoulder, I want you to flex your wrist upwards using the natural momentum from that elbow lift. And then you should look like this emoji, right? And now gradually lower your elbow down until we reach our left shoulder. And while we're lowering it, keep that wrist flexed up. And from here, rotate your wrist inward so our palm actually faces us. And point that middle finger out because we're going to use that to trace our head. And it's crucial to remember that throughout the entirety of the movement, if you notice, I'm keeping the elbow locked or stationary. It's not moving all over the place. A similar principle that this is followed is when you're hitting tricep pull downs, right? You're keeping your elbow stationary and just hinging from that. So it's that exact same feeling, but just while doing all this. And that's part 2. Okay, next for the comb effect, raise your shoulder and initiate that trace behind your ear or that spot where our hair connects with our neck. And from there, we're tracing around our head, over our jaw, and releasing at the chin. And an important note is that through the entirety of the trace, if you notice, I'm keeping that elbow pointed forward, which is really important to give you that like comb effect, where if you notice, my head is like not visible and it's being covered and then uncovered, right? And what I see a lot of you guys do is this. You see, this looks a lot different from this. Yes? And a good indication to make sure that you're doing it right when you're at a social and you can't really see yourself is that when you're right here, right? When you just whip that hand across and you're raising your shoulder, I and you should literally see your left elbow to your left peripheral, right? If your elbow is flaring out, you'll see it to the right. So that's how you could tell in the moment. And that's it for our right hand. And now it's the left one. Now for our left hand, essentially it's just moving in opposition to our right hand, and it's tracing our belly button, right? So during that elbow lift, our left hand is going to the left because our right hand is going towards the right. And then when we're swishing across, our right hand is going towards the left shoulder, and our left hand will then go across the belly button to our right side. And while we're combing, since our hand is going to the right, our left hand goes back towards the left. Yes? Okay. Okay, so now for your action step, so you can implement this in your social dancing. First, I want you to practice it during your shines, like either in class or at home, by adding it to your basic on the 5, 6, 7. So essentially we're 1, 2, 3, and we comb on the 5, 6, 7, 1. So that 5 is the elbow raise, that 6 is the whip across with that rotation in of the wrist, and 7 is that comb. And between the 8 and the 1, you could just flick it out to go back into your basic. And now once you get comfortable with that, as your second step, you can start doing it socially after a crossbody lead on your partner. And luckily, since you've been practicing on the 5, 6, 7, it'll be on the same counts. So crossbody, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and after that you could just give them like a right turn and then keep doing your thing. Also implement this stretch from gym class if you remember this one. So you can really stretch out that shoulder mobility like every day for like 20 seconds. So you could start reaching back more with your trace, and it'll look cleaner because your elbow will be more to the left of you. And obviously, the more you do it, you can quicken the movement, so you can finish earlier, and then you could do like cooler styling like this. So like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. You could let me know if you want to break down of that, and that's it. So I've inspired quite a few you to use this move, so I just thought that it would be valuable to break down the technique. And I need you to understand that it should feel very awkward and a bit off at first, as it took me honestly a couple of weeks to get the hang of just keeping my elbow forward and to make it feel comfortable like it does now. Like honestly, literally like right here. I remember early mornings, because I had to go to my 9 to 5, like many of us. I was just drilling this comb. I was like looping through the 5, 6, 7 of a salsa song, and just doing this over and over again, because for the life of me, my elbow just fucking kept flaring out and it wouldn't stay in. So, yeah, I want to save you that trouble, because no one teaches this for some reason in classes. So I have to like train it by myself to figure out the technique. But I know by sharing these insights, like I'll save you guys a bunch of time, and hopefully it won't take as long as it did for me. So yeah, I hope this helps. And remember, the mirror is a liar, so record yourself. And yeah, later.